for reminiscing, but I traded all for your sweet embrace. 'Cause we lost everything. We had to pay the price. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. It was a passion for the ages, but in the end, guess we paid the cost.
Alright, my gonks and gonkettes, we're back for another go. I felt bad on the last run because there was so minimal resistance, like even from the likes of Adam Smasher. So the moment I finished that run, I fired up a fresh game. This time, the difficulty is going to be very hard. I'm just skipping hard altogether, we're going right to the top. Following the Street Kid life path, and this one is also going to be knife only. Being knife only adds a bit more to the core of how this will work. Given the difficulty, if there's an instance where I can't use a knife, I'll use a blade, if possible, and revert to a gun only if absolutely necessary. Aside from a few set pieces though, this is really a non-issue. So let's steal us a car and get the run underway.
Let's take this piece of wonder tech for a whirl.
You're a woman of little faith. See? We're rich. Now fire her up and call me when you're underway. Tell you where to go.
Looks like this'll be a cool breeze.
Get the fuck out.
Fuck!
You can drive. Now out.
What are you doing?
Que chingados?
NCPD, drop your weapons.
Don't move! You're under arrest.
Stay where you are!
Hands where I can see them. Nice and slow.
On the ground, motherfuckers, now!
Mike.
As it always starts, gotta save Sandy. This time I won't survive a fist fight though, so I just go in all stealthy boy style. Then Tubbs says some words. I watch a BD with the sex removed. Then I ask for a robot. Politely, of course. Getting out of Maelstrom territory though, that's a bit rough. I have one knife and it takes a hot minute to throw again. So depending on the bullet that hits me, this could be a one-shot KO. Therefore I've kind of got to have a bit of a combo of carefully placed cover and patience. I do get out, and I don't need to bother with Royce doing his best Armored Core impression, so, you know, win-win.
Subscribe.
Now I get to the worst hotel service ever, and I have to murder my way out. This is just like the last time I stayed in Surrey Hills. Like the previous run, a katana's my only play here, so I grab it and carve my way down. This takes several goes because running at goons with their increased health and damage just, well, fucking flatlines me. The worst section was this bit with the two planters in the corridor. Died so much. But hey, I got sweet execution revenge at the end. The bot at the end of the hotel though, possibly easier than the first run. Like if I wasn't at 40 HP when it showed up, it would have been a complete non-threat.
Can't risk it, V. Remember our first convo?
I'll fucking kill you!
Dushawn puts a bullet in me like the gonk he is. Then we do the Johnny things. Avert your eyes, gross non-knife based weaponry in use. Now we get to watch Dex enjoy an open-faced lead sandwich. I'm still salty that we can never split him open ourselves though.
Now,
sad.
listen, dog. I have done exactly what you asked. So let's you and me figure
Subliminal messaging brought to you by YouTube algorithms.
Partly because I love getting lost in Night City, and partly because I'm scared of how hard this will be, I decided to do some NCPD gigs. One of which, the one under the bridge near the newsstand, fuck knows the actual location. This was a rough one, because there's a shit ton of tiger claws, but the real kicker is a chick that can dodge projectiles. Now this isn't an issue if I run up on her and create a sheath in her face. The problem is 2 shots from her iron and I'm waiting for a meat wagon. So after 5 deaths I plotted out. I kill everyone except her, then I hide, wait till combat ends so she doesn't auto dodge every hit, and I turn her face into my new knife block. Then I tried my first Cyber Psycho. Sure enough, the prick dodges my fucking projectiles. After a few runs at me, I realise he sort of has an opening after each charge at me, so I use that op to get in some heavy stabs right in his fucking face sphincter. Follow this strat a few times, and I've got my first Cyber Psycho down and incapacitated. Hell yeah. Now to some main gigs. Let's find Ev. Pop into clouds. Stealth my way into the rat's nest.
A balloon with my bare hands. Doubt you want to feel me try and prove that I can.
And now I get to clean the clock of that bald yobbo. Then I legit just fucking leg it out of there because I don't have anything to neck these claws. Maybe worth saying, but in this run I'm focusing on leveling reflexes and tech ability. Reflexes is obvious, helps me stab cunts. Technical is for crafting, because finding better knives won't be easy, so as I get good kit, I just want to upgrade it myself. And by this point I actually had one legendary knife, the punk knife that you'll see me use every now and then. So I want to make sure that I can just keep upgrading my gear so I've always got badass shit. Makes sense, right? Now I head to Fingers. For a bit of fun, I decide the sex pests out front need to learn a lesson. This lesson took a bit because I died a lot. Moving to a max dock on my heels and some cheeky headshots, the party's finally over. I go up and see Fingers. He opens up. Then I open him up. Time to save Ev for realsies this time. I get to the power plant, get murdered, and decide, maybe stealth might be smart. Old boy at the surveillance system offers to hold my knife in his skull. Fucking chivalrous. Then I channel my inner Denny Trejo. And away we go. Fuck that box. Alright, we got Ev. Time to Delta. Hellman is next on the agenda, so to appease Pan Am, we throw a party for the Raph and Shiv. And to sort out Nash, I basically hid like a coward and then tried to out-snipe his crew. It took ages. Like when I finally got the right trajectory of my knife and it hits, because of the damage fall off over range, it does under 40 damage. This was hell to rewatch. Thank me for saving you that. A whole fucking 15 minutes. I honk my horn at Hellman's AV. I take down the sex bots or like whatever it is that he left with the AV. Way easier than I expected, hey? The servo, pretty scary part because I died a bit here on fucking normal difficulty. So, heart rate's climbing. I opt to be stealthy and just take the roof hatch on my way in. Then I get in the, I'm gonna say vestibule? Between the workshop and the servo itself, and I'm dead set necking. I'm watching both doors as best I can and putting down everyone who faces me. All this was for you, grub. Now give me the shard and fuck off. At this point, I do a bunch of like side stuff. You know, I hang out with River, check duty for moles. I also became a pro race driver, so yeah, fuck yeah. But now it's time to focus again. You know, busy, dying and all that. Pop by Pacifica. Fuck me, I'm never saying that again. Mostly because I want Placide's knife, the butcher's cleaver, which after playing with was actually worse than my other knives, and it can't be thrown.
out here.
So that'll just sit in the inventory gathering dust. Thanks, fuckwit. Placide then wants me to pick up a copy of Tartu's blockbuster album, 200 Kilometers in the Wrong Lane. Or maybe he wanted a new comb. I don't really know. I just need a new copy of that album for myself. So I go in the mall and it looks like a bunch of meatheads are there, in my way, just talking about how much they love drinking Monster and listening to Five Finger Death Punch. So I stabbed them all. Seemed like a reasonable response to me. I finally locate the CD store. Go to get that good Russian pop. Sure enough, Sasquatch here says they don't have any tattoo. So I turn on the Sandeva stand and I teach her about Yulia and Lena's seminal masterpiece. She still doesn't like it. So I send her to whatever afterlife punishes piece of shit heathens like that. Moving on, I meet up with the Netwatch bloke. Now, knowing that it was a stitch up last time, I wondered what would happen if I sided with Netwatch here, or even if I could. Sure enough, the VDBs failed to zero me. As is tradition, when I get back to the VDB hideout, I smack Placide upside his goddamn mouth. I hop in the tub and get another Johnny sequence.
What'd you do to Alt?
Find Alt. Then Netwatch hooks a sister up. Fried those smarmy VDB bastards. Sure enough, it's like Cypher just jacked everyone out of the Matrix. This isn't the fight I thought it'd be.
As much as it tickles me too, we got a Delta.
Not everyone had the pleasure of getting their brains melted in the meat space, so I give them the next best thing. Placide then tries to get the drop on me, so I go full David Martinez, crank the Sandy, and turn his face into a happy accident. The Sandy's a fucking joke. I love this thing.
Just get onto Hanako-sama.
Now we're going to head back to the float idea with Taka, but just want to do a few NCPDs on the side. And just a cheeky falling headshot. Love it. Figure I might help Panam rob Militech because, you know, Panam's a good egg. After that little bit of dicking about, my questionable ability to control a Nomad vehicle leads to some NCPD questioning me while I'm trying to talk to Goro.
Is well guarded, but we should manage. The float standing in the main warehouse. Your task is simple: to get inside.
How?
The more quiet, the better. But you are the I will not question. I will create a diversion. They should not discover our intentions. Do you know what Arasaka despises the most?
Clearly, they're satisfied that
When
I'm
communication
innocent.
fails. And the children
Anyway, old mate wants me to surprise install Bonzi Buddy onto Hanako's float. Man, she's gonna love this new assistant.
Okay, I'm in.
find the largest float.
Okay. Float's ours to do with as we please.
Heard that guy talking about Clippy as a better assistant. Walk in the park. Arasaka Industrial Park, as it were.
Excellent work, B.
I go for a bit of a stroll and decide that I want whatever these Valentinos got. Alley-oop! It's time to talk to the Queen Bee, Miss Arasaka herself. I just sort out the snipers.
Attention. Pull up, Harley.
Just as I try to get this net runner into hair pulling, Oda shows up, ruining the fucking mood. I'm gonna go the same route as all bosses, switch the Sandever stand on. The thrown blades boost damage and get huge headshot bonuses, so they're the best option. But given I can only throw 3 at a max, I've got to kind of mix it up a bit. I get a bleed on him, then as he goes to turn berserk on, I hit him again, and the cunt fucking falls over. Oh, what an idiot. I'll let him live with that shame. This is where shit gets interesting. I always wanted to know if you could like save Takamura here, because you never actually see him die. Well, the answer's actually yes. So I did it. I went back and I helped the gonk. Then we get to the hell hallway. A corridor with these cunts rocking blinding lights, and I just need to blind throw where I hope their faces are? Then one of the blokes thinks he can get the fucking jump on me. Wrong. And there he is. Old boy's alright.
Welcome back.
At this point I've got to plan an ending. I've previously gone the Corpo route and that sucked. I've gone the Nomad route. That wasn't bad. I think it's time we see what the Street Kid / Afterlife ending has. So I'll get the band back together for a show.
About fucking time.
But first I let Johnny loose. And he causes a traffic accident.
Oh my god! Ah!
It's around this point that I started the game and my settings were corrupt. So my sensitivity, graphics and all that gear was reset. So if it looks like shit and I miss everything, it's totally the game's fault. From this point onward.
No, you listen. You will see about this.
Feels so much better. Now let's see which are up for show and which are actually strummable.
Anyway, I do a bit of a riff and Kerry liked it so much he told me I have to go show Nance. But she's off hanging out with some Maelstrom blokes who are showing her their garage band tracks.
Keep playing.
All right.
Music media, yeah, you said. How about we mix it up? You tell us who really sent you. How in the fuck you search her, Tundar?
So this is where the shit hits the hamburger. I didn't realise what happened in this room and I died quick. Then the autosave loads me in as they're pulling iron on me. I'm legit dying as I load in.
Damn it! It's showtime! Impact you!
So I travel back to a save, get behind the boxes, and I embarrass every motherfucker in that room.
Shit, that's Nance. Did a number on her.
I didn't call anyone. I don't even know her.
But we do! And we won't have history repeating itself, damn it! Yeah! Time! Get her the fuck off me!
It's showtime. Have a cheeky pre-show pag and it's time to shred. Gotta say, finger placement actually looks pretty spot on, hey?
Well, I'm good to go. Buddy listens to me.
We lock in the plan. I'll let Johnny do his thing for a bit, but none of that silly gun shit.
Of course I can see. Want me to hand over the keys?
I want to save your life.
Think you ought to go with Rogue. Two of you together got the best shot.
You absolutely sure? No going back on this, you know.
You're up, Johnny. I trust you. Take the wheel. Just go easy on us, yeah?
Rogue has a well enough laid out plan, and I've got Bob Hoskins' Mario boots. What could go wrong? Time to smash Saka for good. Rogue, Wayland, and I head to the tower while Alt hooks us up with some quality satellite hacking. Well, Wayland parks us in nicely. Time to regroup and head to Mikoshi. Bob Hoskins!
Need to find the elevator to the labs. Fastest route to Mikoshi.
Come out with your...
Well, could have been worse.
I upload Alt, and she starts fucking frying cunts. This shit is hilarious.
She's a terrorist.
But you can always start over.
Sure as shit, Skidmark Smasher shows up to poop the party. I can't believe what just happened to Rogue. I have Rage in a Sandevistan. Smasher is going down. I get him to 55% on one burst, then he won't lose anything more and just fucking runs like a coward. At this point I don't know how bad his missiles are, so I look for cover to spot him from. Then the high ground thickens with goons, so I try to find cover that can sort of still see Smasher, but then he tries to rush me. I fire up the Sandy and run him back down to 23. Just like before, he doesn't actually budge lower. Like, is this fight following different rules from the last run? Because I swear I burnt him down to 30s, like straight away. Maybe it's a difficulty thing. Who knows? He then just moves out into the open and tries to fire multiple missiles, but that just gives me room to throw blades. And then I turn on the Sandy and run him down. He's then just in this perpetual state of verge of death. So I go pick up Rogue's Iron and I return to this Wish.com T800. I consider firing one last round for her.
She knew the risks.
Rogue had it in for you. Finally got what she wanted.
You're talking tripe. I killed the old cunt.
Don't know shit, Smasher. She finished things off on her own terms. Something you'll never get.
But I let my head take hold, and I put a punk knife in the Gonk's grey matter. Rot in pieces. I hop in the soup and see what Alt can do for me. Sure enough, I get patched up and become the new queen of the afterlife.
You could mistake it for Venus. V? I think I messed up.
That's it, tunes. Knife only, hardest difficulty. Thank you all for watching this far. I'd love to do more Cyberpunk content, so if you want to see some other runs, let me know and I'll think of something, or if you have any ideas, that would be fucking rad. But till next time, don't flatline on me.